You see something in the road you want to avoid, not this, because then you're going to do this. Or you feel it doing this a little bit, don't fast correct. Slow movements. Slow, no panicking. Because the more you panic, you will do this pendulum and it keeps getting more and more. You understand the principle of pendulum?
Yeah.
Okay? So you want to do calm, slow movements when you're driving on a highway. It leaves lots of room for braking distance. Now you are now heavier. When you are heavier, it takes longer to stop. Logic.
And how about when I want to turn?
You want to turn?
I mean,
on a highway, on most roads, they make the curves big enough for big trucks. So you're no bigger than a big truck, that's fine. Smaller streets, you want to not, it's called apexing a corner. You know, if you turn, instead of turning tight, you come out a little bit and you make the curve. And you always watch in your mirror what's happening here, right? You'll see as you're making it. With it, the most difficult is not, it's maybe if a car's parked on the corner and you're turning the corner, come out and go make a wider turns. Pretend you're a grandmother. You understand? No, he doesn't get the joke. Il n'a pas compris la blague. Il va penser qu'il est une grand-mère. Alors il prend tout. Ils font les tours, ils font large. So you make bigger turns than you normally would. Like see, even now coming out here, see, you would have to not make a turn like you normally would. You have to go straighter, longer, and then turn.
for example,
Like right here.
if I drive with my car,
Hang đi cùng với ống.
when I see my body, for example, the other car, the head of it, and the other car is over here. When I see my body around this way, I can turn. Right?
I would say your turning point now is those wheels.
Sorry?
Don't take this as your turning point. Take this as your turning point. So you will wait until you see the other vehicle is here. Then you make your turn. Okay? So these are all things. It's going to take a little practice. Drive around the neighborhood. Make turns. You'll
We
see
do that this
how much
this
room
evening.
You need to go further before you turn. Another, at least, almost a car length. One more car length, then you make your turn. Like in a situation like this is a perfect example. This is very tight here. You have this car here. You have the car on the other side. See, if you turn too tight here, you're going to hit this car with this corner. But if you go too far out, you have this car over there. So here, like if I were to do this here, I would back up a little bit. I would go straight as far as I can. And then I make my turn. You understand? Because you're thinking, oh, I'm going to hit him. But you cannot forget this one here. Because you're longer this way. You're not longer this way. You can see here, you can gauge much more easily. So go as far as you can here. Then make your turn. Because this you can judge, yeah? You're still, this distance never changes. Correct? It's this now that's changed in the back. So when you make a situation like this and these people can't move or you don't know who they are and you make this turn, you will want to come out straight as far as possible. Then you make your turn. And you can, your front, maybe here as you're coming out. Because you don't want to hit this guy. That's where your danger is. It's behind you, not in front of you. What you have to think of is, okay, I'm so much longer now, I'm too far long. If you calculate, look at this length, add this plus the hitch, you're twice as long as you normally are. So it's behind you is the problem. It's just that, slow, wide turns. Come out a little bit. Yeah, I see some people when they go in their driveway, even if they're one little tiny car, they still go and in. But you don't have to. If it's a little car, you just go boop. But now you're long, you have to go in. Gas stations, places like this. Before you pull in, as you're coming up, look to see where you're going is also a way out. You understand? So when I go to gas station, if I can, you know, they have I don't know, 3-4 pumps. I take the one, if I can, on the outside. Because it's much easier coming in, coming out, instead of going to the middle where I got to go past all the cars and the store is right there. I have to turn tight by the store. You understand?
Yeah.
These are the things that when you're coming into a place, you go, how am I going to get out? Because backing up in a parking lot with cars and everything, oof, it's a different story. So always think that way.
Ok.
Can I keep going?
Anh hỏi gì bên
So
trong?
does it? What another thing is about the sewage.
Okay, on the other side here, come around a second. We should test to see, well, they're going to test to see. I see the lights are working. He left his lights on and they're working. So sewage, you remember? It's this one here. Yeah, you have to get a hose to hook it up. Usually this is where you store it inside here, right? That's where you can put it. But you have to buy one.
Yeah.
Okay, again, Canadian Tire, perfect place. They have everything for camping, the pin for up there, the sewage hose. You can get X length, you can get an extension, everything Canadian Tire is very good for that. So you get your hose. It has the exact same thing as this. On, turn. See, it's a lock. So you go on. The hose on, turn, lock. Go and wherever the campsite, it's an elbow. You put it in. Okay. You have two choices. You can either let it accumulate in your tank, and once a day or once at the end of the week, you open up, you empty, or you leave it open all the time. Probably safer for you. How long are you staying?
3 days.
3 nights.
3 nights? Oh well. It's up to you.
It's
Some people leave it open all the time, so that whatever's happening inside, it's always emptying right away.
Yeah.
Okay?
But there's no service.
There's no
so-
service. Okay. Then you leave it closed.
Yeah.
Okay. It all depends what kind of camping you're doing. Some we
Yeah.
go where there's none, so we leave it closed, and when we're leaving, we go to the dumping station. Every campground has a dumping station
Okay.
where you can go and empty.
Yeah.
Okay. So same idea. It's off, on.
Yeah.
Put it in the hole. Black water, gray. Really bad stuff. Not so bad stuff.
But after that, I have to clean the hose.
They have usually there right next to it. They have a hose, and you can once you've done it all,
It's like
you
what?
close
Yeah.
and then you
With
the hose.
camera.
Cam ở Parc National.
and you just they'll have it.
Yeah.
They almost always have a place to drain and a water valve with a hose, and you rinse it out. Like you hold it up, you just rinse it out, and once you finish rinsing it,
Yeah.
push it back in there, or keep a garbage bag if you want, and stick it there.
Oh.
It's pretty. If you rinse it well, it's not so bad. It's up to you, but we always put it in a plastic bag so it doesn't leak. There, or you stick it
You
here.
mean
Cho giống như
My
là con
hose,
chó
right?
vậy.
You take it off. You can either push it in here if you want. The elbow you'll have to take off because the elbow won't fit inside there. Or sometimes we would put it in a garbage bag. Put a knot, stick it there, wear gloves,
Yeah.
whatever. You have
Yeah.
kids?
Yeah.
So poop. What's poop when you have kids? Right? Anyways, it's up to you. Everybody's different. But
And yeah. And Mark told that the fridge, you can go with the gas tank, so you can
Different
like
tank.
change the 1 week.
But for example, for one tank, how long would it last?
the fridge will last on one tank probably easily a week.
Oh.
It uses very, very little. Where you use more gas is heating and then cooking. But we're summer, so you're not going to be heating.
Yeah. You try to
Okay.
cook outside
So
separately.
we mostly cook outside because we find if it's summer, it's already hot inside, especially if you have no power, no air conditioning. So on top of already summer heat, cooking inside, poof, it's a lot. So we go and we bought again at any camping store or Canadian Tire camp stove has the same power as inside. And I told your wife, instead of the little green bottles, the little disposable ones you use, those go fast. You go through them fast. If you want it so it lasts longer, you buy a hose adapter, and it goes to barbecue bottle. You know, do you have a barbecue?
Yeah.
Same one, same size. So we take a barbecue one along. We put it in the car. We put it under the seats. You know, the two benches.
Okay.
I stick it there.
Okay.
And when I go camping, I take it out. I
Nice,
put it
good.
next to my picnic table. I put my hose,
See?
and I have cooking for 2 weeks.
Okay.
No
Yeah.
problem. That way you conserve your propane. If you're concerned, you conserve the propane there. But honestly, if you want to cook inside, if you're going for 3 days, oh my gosh. If they're both full, you can go for a week.
Okay.
Cooking and cooling, no problem. Okay?
So we need to fill it today. Huh? Okay.
Because Costco is the best. It's the cheapest. It's up to you where you go, but Costco's
Okay.
for us is always the. Oh, do they do the one here? Sorry, because we go Vaudreuil. They have a propane, but the one here in St.
Yeah.
John's,
We have,
they
Yeah,
have a
St.
propane
John.
station there.
but I think we have to buy the tank from.
No, Costco, they will refill. As long as it's less than certain years, they look at the stamp. There's a stamp on them. If it's older than a certain amount, then they make you get a new one. They won't refill. But if it's in the same time period, you give it to them. They put it on a scale. They fill. They say, oh, so many pounds. Pay inside. That's it.
It's the same as the tank.
Barbecue,
of
yeah,
everything.
same thing. Yeah. These are a little bit bigger, so you have longer. But that's fine. You can. They fill any size. Doesn't matter. They go with it's by weight.
So with propane, can I use air conditioner?
No.
Air conditioner là cái electric.
120.
Don't can I?
This one.
So last time you said I have to buy
The
wide as
the
well.
big one.
If you are going, if it's far away, okay. But this is long, man. This piece. You saw how long this is, eh?
Okay.
So when you're camping,
Directly to the.
most of the time, it's from here maybe to there max. It depends which direction you are, but this is long. So I would suggest no. I said if you were going to do it here in the house, don't use a little skinny one. 'Cause I said I think you said you want
Yeah.
the kids want to go inside or whatever. So I say if you're going to run the air conditioner, look how long it is. There's plenty here. Okay, so if you're some weird campground and the thing is way far away, you cannot use a little tiny one. It's thick for a reason, right? Because it draws a lot of current. Okay, so
Cái water biết làm chưa?
water nào?
Cái đường nước vào trực tiếp á, nếu mà có cái căm á.